book for all the participants. That English um, part. Please, all the participants, kindly get a copy of the book and remember to keep a healthy distance. I don't want all of you to be crowded. Make sure there's at least 4 inches of distance so you have a better concentration. In next 5 minutes, we will be starting our next medicine Buddha guided practice in English for office goer and uh, where that not comfortable reading Chuke and Zonka. It will be the commentary will be in English. And for the convenience, I encourage you to get the copy of the book so you will be able to enjoy the entire session. This session will last 2 hours from 6:30 till 8:30 p.m. Um, Attention, copy of the book, copy of the book. All right, maybe let's do the one part later after the session so that we don't delay our practice. Okay. Okay, no more Chama, please have a seat. Thank you so much. And if you are interested, it's all right to be in casual. As I always say, Guru Rinpoche and Buddha is, of course, from India and they are Indians. Shabru Rinpoche is Tibetan. So they are absolutely fine if you don't wear Koi Kira. Of course, for the Dilam Namja, for to respect our own tradition, it is more nicer, but it's all right. Right now the focus is not on the promotion of the culture, but spiritual well-being is what I'm focusing on. You know, so hello everyone. Put your phone on silent mode. I get really offended if you use your handphone during the practice. Is a spiritually is a me time. Is to have a wonderful time for yourself. We have been doing this, playing with our phone whole day, and this is the last thing you do today, okay? So love yourself, take care of your spiritual well-being and your mental well-being. So put your phone on silent mode if you have a fear of missing out. So at least all your notifications, messages, missed calls will be still recorded. If you have enough courage, just switch it off. Word will be still there. Um, and I'm doing the same. It's on silent mode and face down, no screen. Okay. And psychologically, it's proven that constantly being on screen is very, very unhelpful. So that's why the term, maybe few of the young people knows, they're called FOMO, fear of missing out. It's a fear of missing out. They call FOMO. Constantly playing with your phone, checking out your phone, wondering what's happening with, not with your life, but someone's life. You have constant fear. So this is fear of missing out. So they say if you are able to switch from fear of missing out to joy of missing out, or JOMO. If it's a new word, write it down. You have to switch yourself from FOMO to the JOMO. We are the victim of FOMO, fear of missing out. Constantly thinking that on Instagram, on TikTok, WeChat, Facebook, just checking out what's happening with other people's life. And you get so distressed, you get so depressed. And so this can be a struggle, mental struggle. Uh, It could lead you to the mentally dysfunctional behavior. So this is very important to switch ourselves and sometimes from FOMO to the JOMO. And this is the time right now to be on the JOMO mood. And for this purpose, every night we have dedicated one session just for the office goer and English speaker or English listeners. So some of the deputies may be finding it offensive. The jubilam is on coming Java Gina said, Kadebe mem jumo. That's on the lava, boring me, can you crazy? I don't know, so boring. Say, the English never get the lavagin. They jubilam again, and this style again, Jixnaro. That Zonka jump to say. That I give me the Kadebe me, that interview is a Juro Kokop Chikaro of Kido 주택이 합치나디 라이 초비미 유비미시 집이보다 donka 상라 English 탑업지 donka 상라 탑업지 donka 탑업 결론 교회 밑에 라이 카가라라시 초 갖고 네베 가라라시 비판이 부기 인더비스지로 펜지 토바친 있어노 so they mainly with the pure intention of hoping that we could contribute a little bit. All right, to cut it short. So first, disconnect yourself, meaning disconnect with all the stress and the terrible day that you had. Most of us, we had a terrible day today. It's a Monday, right? You may be exhausted. You may be, offended. So we have to disconnect ourselves. And psychologically, it's called discontinue. So can you just kindly discontinue yourself from this stressful day? Just like let it be. Let's say let it be. Can you say let it be? Yeah. Let it be the way it is. So just let it be and disconnect yourself. So by disconnecting and focus on your spiritual well-being and the self-love. So in the layman's word, when you say self-love, is all about, getting new hairstyle, getting new piece of clothes, getting new perfume, and going for shopping, spa. This is considered self-love, which is very temporary. Psychologically, it's called eudaimonia. It's a treadmill happiness. Have you heard of treadmill happiness? It's like a treadmill. You run so much, you are still in the same spot. So this happiness are like treadmill happiness. You run after the fashions, the world, life, so much, but you reach nowhere. So it's called treadmill happiness. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to have a bit of spiritual material, bit of spiritual me time. So let's invite yourself to engage into spiritual experience and positive emotion. For this purpose, I want all of you to sit quietly for a couple of minutes. The purpose is for you to discontinue from your day and connect and give a new birth, a new life to yourself to connect to the spiritual well-being. And if you do anything shame, do this every day. Disconnect from your life and connect to the spiritual, well-being or spiritual energy. So forget about all the past things. It's gone. There's no help thinking I should have done this in that way. No. I would have done, might have done this in that way. Should, might, and thinking about all the past is just so unhealthy. So just let it be. Instead, just be at the moment. In a day, I'm sure many of you have even forgot to breathe because you're so busy chasing your own shadow, chasing your own desires, wants, and needs. So now is the time for you to breathe and reminding yourself that you are actually a human being who needs a lot of love and care. And just breathe. Long inhale. Hold the breath. Long exhale. If you are able to do this correctly, you will have great sense of uh, relaxation. Do not think about tomorrow, this week, this year. All the things we have not experienced is impermanent. We don't know how the things will turn out. Don't have to worry about your future too much. Good to have a plan, but do not worry so much about your future. Things will never turn out as how you expect. Expectations in the Dharma we call hope, and expectation is the greatest enemy in our life because we have so much high hopes, high expectations that leads to a total disappointment. So it's good to have a plan. If I can, I wanted to do this. If I can, I wanted to go to Australia. But don't expect so much. This will lead you to a great disappointment. So just be at the moment. Now, as I told you, invite yourself to a beautiful self and being at the present. Gratitude is what we need. You may have a lot of hope and expectation, but these are your hopes and expectations. At the same time, it is important for us to not compare with someone who is better than us. Always good to compare before and after of your own lives and conditions. I'm sure you are much better than the weeks, months, years ago. Your health is better. Your relationship is better. You are still able to breathe. And the appreciation and the gratitude is something very important. So just gratitude of self that you are born as a human being, that you have a roof over your head, that you have a decent food in your plate. This is just enough to sustain this human life. So the gratitude towards that. Now we are going to invite ourselves into the main practice. And if you are new to practice, by the way, it's not a puja. You must have yes, a puja, medicine Buddha puja. Let's go. Yes, we are not Hindu followers. We are not shaman. No. There's no puja in Buddha Dharma. It's always a sadhana, it's and always a practice. Right? So you all are here for Guru Bekanje, medicine Buddha sadhana, or medicine Buddha's practice. In the Chuki, you call it Kerim. Sangye Nahagi Kerim. Kerim. Right now we have a very mundane attitude. Everything is all about self, all about your own well-being. We're constantly worried, concerned. It's all about self, which is very ordinary, which is very, very okay. But I think we have to go a little beyond. So that is really to have the loving kindness. So first one is we in the Chuke we call Chamba. Chamba Tenebas. So that one literally meaning love. When you say love is a universal language, everyone knows. I was just checking in a dictionary. It says strong emotion of affections, being like very positive emotion towards something else, being very affectionate. Spiritually, according to Buddha Dharma, this is not what we are talking about when you say love. So we all have our own ways of expressing our love. Have you heard of 5 love languages psychologically? Search on internet. There's a called 5 love language. You know. So it's all about how to pamper, how to express yourself that you actually so-called have interest in someone else. And it's all about so-called very much uh, self and individual uh, uh, well-being, 1 or 2%. For example, if it's a relationship, could be your parents, your siblings, or your lovers, and it's limited to this much. Or your pet, be it dog or cat. We can't go further than that. So in the Dharma, it's mentioned we need to develop limitlessly that love. You know. At the same time, it's important to understand what is love according to Dharma, the definition of love. Definition of love is chamba, the care, the genuine care. And normally we do care for a lot of things, thinking that if you don't get enough care, they will not love you in the return, right? Am I right? For example, handphone, you take care of your handphone, you love it so much because you have to take countless of selfies, put it on Instagram, right? So these are, for example, if you look at it, these loves are very, very ordinary love. And then you have to express your love to the person opposite to you because then you also receive that love. So this is a very, very ordinary love. In the Dharma, when you love including your enemies. Actually, you have to love your enemies more than your immediate family member. Because to love your family member is an automatic love. And it's so difficult for us to love the people who have hurt us so much. So the purpose of, as I told you, my mind training, purpose of self-reflection of spiritual purpose is if I don't get myself involved spiritually, I don't have the will and power to love those enemies. My love is very subjective. My love is very conditional. So I needed to grow unconditionally, limitlessly, boundlessly. When you say boundless, right now, our love is bounded to our immediate family members and the people that we chose to love. Can someone throw this phone 2 kilometers away from here? Make sure it reaches the river down there. Just kidding, I'm not that rude. Trying to be a little tough here. Anyway, so what we needed to do is we needed to practice ourselves to love unconditionally, uh, boundlessly, limitlessly to the entire beings in this world. In the Dharma, we call sentient beings. As long as there's consciousness, including the little ants. For example, it's the seasons of flies and mosquitoes. Everyone has the freedom of living, freedom of breathing, uh, and they also have the fear. So I wanted to love all these things, and I wanted to pray and share my love for their well-being. In the Dharma, that's what we say, practice Semje, Thamje, Dewa, Can you continue? Excellent. Most of the people know, but you don't know the meaning. We will just parroting it. So we exercise, orally we say something beautiful. Behavior and thought is so unhelpful we have. So what happened is, excellent, as we just chanted, Semjen, Tamje, Dewa, Tang, Devi, Jutang, Dembara, Jurji, meaning we are exercising our love. This is really a love. And, and the love is the Dewa. I wish Dewa for all the beings the freedom and the causes of freedom. So Semjen, Tamje, Dewa, Tang, Devi, Jutang, Dembara, Jurji. So every morning or every time when we say this, this is, we have to really generate a great love. So that's why in the mind training, the love is the beginning. If you are talking to any other non-Buddhists now, you can say, in our practice, we begin our practice with training in love. For example, we say that prayer for Semje Tamje, Dewa Tang Devi Jitang Dembara Jurji. Say, my dear friends, so today the purpose of your practice here, first thing is because of love. Now, that you wanted to grow and develop this powerful love, not only to the people that you care, but all the beings that could have hurt you and harmed you. I forgive you here today as a Dharma follower. Now, all the things you have done to me is all right. Could be due to your unenlightened mind. And I just want to forgive you all. And in fact, I want to invite you to be my guest here today to receive my love for you. And if possible, can you think of someone that whom you really hate so much? Could be your father, mother, could be your stepfather, stepmother, aunt, sister, brother, your ex-husband, ex-wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, that who hurt you so much. Just think of that person. I know you're shivering, you're getting so upset, but it's all right. Don't live with it. It's so unhelpful. Just let it go. And you call the person in your mind, and you just want to forgive them, and you want to also love these people. So that for the purpose of the love, that you actually invite yourself for the practice. So this. Chum den de zan zam de bing and do dung ai za de zam e za sang ge men ge la pen do re chen ban di. Please enjoy a cup of milk. Is the offering. Looks tea, I guess. Is it tea? Is it tea? Is it tea? Yeah. So the milk is from offerings. I hope this will bring you some healing energy. Um, Unfortunately, there's nothing to serve you to eat since we are fasting. Just enjoy the tea. All right, at the same time, so just focusing on the love, and then we will begin our practice. And secondly, second purpose of the practice in everyday's life, second one is the compassion. Compassion is feeling pain, heart pain, and caring for other beings who are going through sufferings. So now what is the difference between love and compassion? So what is the difference between compassion and love? Love, when you love, when you send your love, the subject, the recipient, is already actually in a good place. Like when your mother wish you to do well, you know, it's wishing that you do better than what you are. No. But when you say compassion, according to Dharma, the recipient has to be suffering. Do you understand what I'm saying? When you say my compassion, meaning the person is suffering in pain. And that's why in Chuke we call Ying Ye. Ying meaning heart, Ye meaning the pain and heartfelt that you really you feel heart pain seeing that person suffering. So first one is love, that you are in a good place, but I wish you better. That's love. Now the compassion is I can't take this anymore. I can't bear you suffering. I really want to go all the way up to remove your pain and suffering. So that is called compassion. Now, in the practice, the second purpose of all the Dharma activity, including Kami Pishe, Korichakshe, Toko, Neko, Hagaje, Nilam, Deni, Wansuni, all these activities has to be built on love and compassion. And then you have to feel this compassion, thinking of sufferings of all the beings. For example, here we are next to hospital. There are about 20 beds in ICU room. There are continuously people dying. There's very little hope that they can make it. And we also got a list of people who are there. 160 of them are now in this little hospital. And they all have family members. If he's a male, if someone's could be someone's not could be, it's someone's father, brother, husband, son is dying there. Literally, those family members are helpless. If it's a woman, someone's daughter, mother, wife, sister is dying. So this pain is so unbearable, and we have to feel this as a Dharma follower, the same as the oneness. Some of us, we experience that, and we know what they are going through. They need a lot of strength and power to overcome this suffering. So we have to develop and generate really genuine heart pain to take care of those beings who are in need. Now, if you look at spiritually, think of 18 hells, pretas, animal, and we human have 7 types of suffering. Aging, sickness, death, of course, returning to this world again. On top of that, suffering on top of sufferings, we have heard of stories and we experience it sometimes. You are not feeling well, suddenly your husband or wife is cheating on you. Then on top of that, your son or daughter failed the exam and your mother got sick. Is it possible? Layers of suffering in one family. Is that possible? That's what Gautama Buddha said. We human can go suffering on top of sufferings. And you know what? Few of you are experiencing it. And not only few of you, there are many of them. I live little high up of Tilbury. When I look down, I can see the entire city. It's so beautiful. And we have a beautiful bunch of people every night partying on the street. And they keep us whole night up. And when we look down, I feel like life is so beautiful. At the same time, every light represents one whole building. Each building minimum represents 5 units. And not necessarily all the 5 units are happy. Your visa got rejected, you had to pay huge loan, your husband cheated on you, your wife cheated on you, your mother got cancer, maybe including yourself. Just look out from the window, and I was like, wow, I wish the world is really happy as I see, with all the lives, where the few people partying on the street, carelessly not bothering about who is sleeping and who is doing what. Which entire people is like this youth people having that freedom. But unfortunately, it is not. So anyway, genuinely feeding that suffering on top of suffering and suffering of change. You know, suffering of change is everything is going perfect. Suddenly that stupid phone rings and says, should a national law? Yeah, I got the accident of the moon. It happens, right? Suddenly you hear such a terrible news of your family member. It happened to me when my father died. I was having a cup of coffee with someone else. Says like, your father is dying. I was like, what? This cannot be serious. And the cup of coffee is become tasteless. I became blind, numbness. No. And I wish I never had phone because I really don't want this phone to receive. Things like that. Suffering of change. And these are unavoidable. Eventually everything turns into suffering. You know, for example, there's a story about uh maybe I cut it short. If you come tomorrow, I'll share about that tomorrow, because otherwise we're not able to practice. So anyway, we have 70 types of suffering as human beings, and we have to care for those beings who are going through this kind of suffering. Today, I am here in the presence of Guru Behanje to dedicate my practice because as Buddha taught, there are human beings alone going through 7 types of suffering. And I am experiencing one of that actually. You know, me and person like myself who are helplessly going through health, mental, you know, and then the emotional as well as economical sufferings they are experiencing. I wish they had the means to overcome this. And I share my dedication. I dedicate and share my merits with them. And this is only physically, mentally, according to Buddha's teaching, we have 84,000 of mental disorder. Psychologically, in 5 DSM, we have 320 mental disorder is diagnosed and established in the book, such as sleeping, eating disorder, talking disorders. So we have a lot of mental discomfort and mental stress, anxiety, as well as depression that we are experiencing, suicidal, sleep apnea. A lot of things are happening. These are all sometimes unheard. We are not able to seek for help, and we are not able to experience this. Sometimes we are physically, mentally abused by our loved one, yet there's no means to fight it because we are so attached to that person. All these are the struggle, sufferings that we are experiencing. So we also want you to dedicate our practice for tonight, for their well-being, and for them to be free from suffering. Okay? All right, these two are the main purpose that we should have uh, we should practice our this session. Let's begin with the love, as I have mentioned to you. May all the sentient beings, sometimes we say parent sentient beings, like parent, father, and mother, including my dear mother and father, doesn't matter they are alive or deceased, died, you know, including all of other sentient parent, sentient beings, I wish them to be happy, healthy, and spiritually able to grow and be kinder and compassionate towards all the things that they are experiencing right now. For this purpose, I dedicate my merit and I motivate my practice for this well-being. And say this in Shruti as well as contemplate, put your hands together, genuinely feel this and motivate the evening for this purpose of love. Semje, Namje, Dewa, Tan, Devi, Judan, Denbarai, Semje, Namje, Dewa, Tan, Devi, Judan, Denbarai, Semchen Tamche Dewa Tan Devi Judan Demba all the sentient beings, including myself, we always want to have the freedom in doing better. So I wish and motivate for this evening practice for the purpose of love and freedom and the process of freedom and happiness. Now, slowly switch yourself from love to the compassion. Think of the person that is who are going through tremendous sufferings right now. For example, people in the war, people in hospital. If you have recently lost someone close to you, your loved one who's already left this world, you don't know where they are. You know, it could be your father, mother, your loved one is already left this world. We don't know where they are right now. Possibly, maybe, in some difficult situations that they are suffering due to their own negative karma. So we motivate this practice for their well-being and for them to be free from that suffering. It's literally, namely, if they are, including the beings in the hell realm. I motivate my practice for all the 18 different hells to be empty, including my dear mother, father, and the one that who is suffering at bad need. In case, I also dedicate this practice for all the kritas and hungry ghost spirits to be free from their such an ugly life and to liberate into a human life. I also motivate and dedicate this practice for all the animals that suffering right now, including all the beef, chicken, fish, yuck that we consume in our life. All the life that you have consumed, I pray for all their souls to be free in this purpose. And accidentally or intentionally, unintentionally, I must have also killed a lot of insects beneath my feet or accidentally, unknowingly. So I regret all the things I have done, and I also pray for their well-being and their freedom. May you all be free from suffering. And I really feel this from bottom of my heart. As a Yingji, I compassionately worry, care, concern about your freedom and uh, to be free from the suffering that you are experiencing this minute. Semchen tamche dungya dan dungya gi judan jawara julu Semchen tamche dungya dan dungya gi judan jawara julu Semchen tamche dungya gi judan jawara julu Now the third mind training is there are many people enjoying good health, prosperity, success. Unfortunately, some of them you don't like them. If you don't like them, you're not very happy when they do better. That's why I call, FOMO. Checking on Instagram, see them doing happy, you get so upset and annoyed. Instead of feeling disturbed, rejoice. So go out, be happy. You may be hurt by that person, but that person is having a great time, great life, is due to their own karma. You are still feeling unhappy with this for that person, that person, and carrying that discomfort with you is so unhealthy, you know. And you need to have your own freedom as well. So for your own spiritual well-being, you let it go. And in the Dharma, we call rejoice, kawalgom. Rejoice could be your, again, as I told you, someone that would have hurt you so much. Just say, I forgive you. I'm happy that you are doing better. You know, and you really let it go, and you will have a great sense of freedom as well. So now this is purpose of Jamba, rejoicing. May all the sentient beings, including the one that I hate so much, know, I'm so happy that you are doing well. I rejoice, and I wish that you will never encounter unfavorable circumstances, that you may never have any obstacles and difficult times. In fact, I send my love and prayers for you to do better. Semje tamje dungel mebi dewa tam meterwa njuru ki. Semje tamje dungel mebi dewa tam meterwa njuru ki. Semje tamje dungel mebi dewa tam meterwa njuru ki. So these are the main three reasons that you are actually practicing tonight: love, compassion, joy. Lastly, the equanimity. You know, we are struggling because of this unenlightened mind of duality. Yours, mine, she, he, good, bad, want, don't want, enemies, love. There's this dual existence. And another simple word, they are preference. There's a lot of preference. These preferences are the one that makes us so difficult. They're confusing us. My life is so exhausted, and I'm so stuck because of this choices and the preference of like, this is my family, this is my enemy, this is what I want, this is what I don't want, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. See, these preferences are so difficult. So that's why we wanted to be enlightened as one, the oneness and the sameness, the equanimity or equality, the evenness. If I have another philosophical word, is we call it non-duality. If I have the mind of non-duality, of being a very balanced mind, then we have the perfect freedom there. So now I am here to develop and actualize this non-duality and to get the self-actualization through the wisdom of the Buddha and Bodhisattva. And I wish that we are able to live as one family in the oneness, meaning the world as one. Semje namje dedu gi ju chada nyere da devi tanyom kyambo la neba yuru. Semje namje dedu gi ju chada nyere da devi tanyom seme bala neba yuru. Semje tamje dedu gi ju chadang nyeri da devi tanyam seme bala neba yuru. May all the sentient beings have such peaceful mind and become the world. Let the world become one, because we have the one same feeling of sameness in this world. So as I mentioned earlier, Patul Rinpoche said, check your intention. So every practice, every good activities you do, you have to always check your intention. If you have this whole powerful mind, then you are perfect. You are in the condition to do practice, recitations of mantra, doing all the voluntary work as a Dharma follower. Some of you may be thinking, what do you mean by Dharma follower? I'm referring to being Buddhist. But Buddhist is the modern word. There's no such word called Buddhist. We call ngachi nambing chubeni. Masangi is in love. So we say Dharma follower. And I have been telling my other students outside Bhutan, when they say, Rinpoche, we as a Buddhist, I say, what do you mean by Buddhist? Always say as a Dharma follower. And it's so beautiful when you are able to say a Dharma follower, there's no figure. Dharma is not a figure. Dharma is a wisdom. We are follower of wisdom. We are follower of the truth, not the figure. There's no concept like a God. So that's why meaning number actually the internalist, meaning not the medical internalist, but spiritually looking inwardly, examining and developing our thoughts and minds. This is what we call number. But a simple way of expressing ourselves as a Dharma follower, if you are just a follower. If you are a little bit serious, then you can say practitioner. All right. So as a Dharma follower, this four intention is so important. And another word, this is also called Chanchup Semba. I was just joking in the daytime. When you say Chanchup Semba, some people bully you, you are not able to fight back. Hey, Chanchup Semba, never take a name of it. I say, it's a loser. It's not a Chanchup Semba. If Chanchup Semba, you are equipped with four boundless love and equality, right? And sometimes you are a little generous. They say, Chanchup Semba, you couldn't say. Chanchup Semba, you say. That's called Ajapasa. It's not a Chanchup Semba. Yeah. If you are Chanchup Semba, you have to equip you with four qualities that unconditional. Sometimes we have people like, have you heard of Tachilu? Tachilu? Some people are like that. Selectively, towards some people you are like a tiger. Towards some people you are like a cat. So this kind of Chanchup Semba is not necessary. Very, very conditional. To the some you are very harmful. To some you are very, very humble because you are a loser. Right. So if you want to be a real Chanchup Semba, you have to train your mind with four boundless love and quality. Okay. So hopefully you are able to take away something. This is the doesn't matter. You do little om mani padme hum, baza guru om tare tu soha. Make sure that you have this four beautiful, immeasurable thoughts before your practice. Okay. Now we already have motivated our practice. Let's go to the main sadhana. Okay. Again, remember, it's not a puja. It's a practice. It's a guided practice, meditation. We first, and then if you look at it, it's a fashion. I think few of the young people love it. Just you go ahead and go like this, close your eyes, breathe. And sometimes you just go into yoga. These are temporary escape. It's nothing spiritual. No. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say this diplomatically. And I'm quite raw, as you see. I don't have a good filter. That's why I had 2 transplants of kidney. My filtration is really bad, including my mouth. So, of what I speak. So, for example, closing your eyes, hand going like this, it's just escape and resting. That's not a proper spiritual dharma fact. As Guru Rinpoche mentioned in one of the Tantra teaching, Tamankawa meba to kombo no be onche ba ngagi teba teba pass. Tenji naya mama to Tamankawa meba kombo no be onche ba ngagi teba pass. It's same. The teaching of the Buddha Dharma is everywhere same. But in Vajrayana, in the Tantra teachings, Tamankawa meba there's a lot of methods, lot of skillful means to let people get into our practice. If you have the ability to understand, that skillful means can help us to enlighten. So that's why, for example, this sadhana is one of the skill, one of the methods and the approach for us to be enlightened. Okay. So now the method is we have to use our speech, our mind, as well as our body. So body, inviting yourself into a comfortable posture. Speech, you will be reciting the sadhana, the prayer. Mind, you have to visualize. Okay. So that's why engaging your mind, speech, and the body, right? So normally in the sudden passion meditation, close your eye, think of nothing, just bring it. I personally prefer to drink good glass of ara. You take a nap. This will give me a good rest instead of just like forcing yourself to be skipping, right? I'm not saying there's no benefit, but it's just resting. But there will be no wisdom that will give birth to. It will not able to acquire any new wisdom. You will be just relaxed. You will be just free from certain anxiety. For example, right now you're meditating, just quiet for 10, 20 minutes. After that, you go out. If you are not able to find your sandal, you will be stopped. So there's no wisdom. And then you go further in the car park. If the police find you, you will be more disturbed. Right? So then you go home, find out you don't have dinner. That will be more depressing. And you have no wisdom. Nothing. It was so good when I was at the hall meditating. But what happened my post meditation? I'm just myself, the same old me. There's nothing that I grow. You know? So now this one, as I told you, the love, compassion, joy, equanimity. Now, first practice, we always uh, express our gratitude to Guru Rinpoche, since he is the master who civilized entire Himalaya and managed to bring Buddha Dharma and ever pacify the entire Himalaya. Our gratitude in the Dharma, gratitude is so important, as well as modern psychology. In the positive psychology, they say people suffer because there's no gratitude. So that's why in the positive psychology, element of gratitude is also very stressful. They talk about gratitude so much. In the Dharma, from the beginning, always, le jumde go, tatamsi go, kadim sam go. There's a gratitude. So the gratitude towards Guru Rinpoche for helping us, pacifying the land, civilizing us, and bringing Buddha Dharma to the Himalaya. So we pay respect to Guru Rinpoche. 7-line prayers. Are you all able to find 7-line prayers in the textbook? Because it will be guided session by session. I'll be telling you what's happening. So please refer to the, I have the soft copies. I don't know what page number is that. You get the level, Shukya Hamas Rajibu Nadin. Shukya Hasuru, Hbina Mashivajin, Prashna is very, very not efficient. Where is Prashna member? How come they don't have all the book distributed? It's all in Shukya. Who is responsible? So, okay, This is the paying homage to Guru Rinpoche. After that, gratitude towards all the master from all the Buddhas from the beginning till now for continuing the teachings and guiding us and helping us. So paying homage to the lineage masters. So now till this, paying homage to all the Buddhas, including Guru Dekhanze and all the lineage master who continue this tradition to help and guide us. Now this is this instrument of salutation so that offering sound to the Buddhas and alarming them that we are actually having the group practice. So it's a sound healing, and especially in the text, the three instruments in the Vajrayana, drum, cymbal, and the horn. These three instruments are very powerful. It has a healing property, as well as by sounding these instruments, it helps to pacify all the spirits, deities, around. So we just offer this instrument and just soak yourself into the sound of Dharma. Now, this is the part we seek refuge or we renew our refuge. When we say refuge, we are talking about the mental refuge. We are refugeless. We have so much of worries, sufferings, negative karma. We have to seek refuge with enlightened beings. So here we take refuge with the triple gems, Krishnasum, as well as medicine Buddha, and all the enlightened beings. With them we seek refuge. And then the second part is generating bodhicitta. It's just exactly what we just did just now. For I seek refuge for the purpose of love, compassion, joy, and equanimity. I'm sincerely here for the benefit of healing the world, healing all of us for this healing purpose. Of course, we do have our own struggle,
But if you take this as experience and think of all the beings who are suffering, and we want to heal all of us together. For the healing purpose, I generate. For the healing purpose, I take refuge. So you visualize, including your parents, enemies, friends, everyone here, bowing and being at the moment in the spiritual setting and seeking refuge. So second part is um, consecrating all the offerings we have set up. In my right side, there is a mandala, which we normally call Shasham. It's actually we call it mandala Kilkor. So this is the base relative Kilkor, and we invite the wisdom Buddha from the pure land to merge into it as a source of our energy, right? So we consecrate this, so it becomes pure, it is contaminated. So visualizing suddenly even ourselves, the place, the time, the teaching, and all the participants turn into a very auspicious, precious, so-called pure, heavenly kind of setting. The teacher as a medicine Buddha himself, and the time of Sagadawa period, and the teaching of the solution of for the healing of medicine Buddha sadhana practice, and all the male as a daka, all the female as a dakini. So in the pure perceptions, with the right setting, we transform ourselves into this pure setting. And this is the practice in the sadhana which was speaking. Let's review the section that we covered. We begin with checking our intention, setting our motivation right for the practice. Secondly, we pay homage to Guru Rinpoche. Thirdly, to all the lineage master, seeking their approval, extending our gratitude to them. Then next, we renew our refuge. Those who are new, we even took refuge with the Buddha. And again, we regenerated our motivation for the benefit of all the parent sentient beings with love and compassion. Then we purify all the things, the contaminated human existence into a pure Buddha realm. Now, this is the part of visualization. In the Vajrayana, most of the meditation is based on visualization, imagination, in other words, imagining. So this part of the teaching or the practice is visualizing the entire place as a Guru Bekhanje's pure land. As I told you, the teacher as a Guru Bekhanje, including yourself as a relative Guru Bekhanje. And it was taught by Gautama Buddha in India, as Manjushri requested Buddha to give more deeper teaching. So Sakyamuni Buddha answered to Manjushri with introduction of Guru Bekhanje, or in other words, Sangit Medicine Buddha. So it was taught by Buddha to to the Manjushri, saying that there is another world called pristine pure land of lapis lazuli in the Turkey called Shashu Bindu Rai Shinkha. And in that pure land, there is a Buddha called Mengi Lama Bindu Rai Yigyabo. Guru Beshanje, is the name of the Buddha. We just call medicine Buddha, medicine Buddha. But what is his name? I'm sure you never thought of that, right? It's called Bindu Rai Yigyabo or Sangye Mengi Lama Bindu Rai Yigyabo. In Sanskrit, Guru Beshanje. So, but most of us actually just call him as a medicine Buddha. So, as Gautama Buddha taught Manjushri, Ananda, and in the 600,000 of assembly, that if you wanted to make the most powerful aspiration in the vow, before me there was a Buddha called Guru Bishanje. She's still alive in the Eastern Pure Land of Lapis Lazuli. His 12 aspirations are the most powerful aspirations, which we have pasted surrounding the stupa. When you have time, you could read all the 12 aspirations. And at the same time, Buddha said, he is the king of healer. He has healing power. Actually, not only him, there are 8 of us. Mehla, Chek, Ye. It's beautifully mentioned. Sakyamuni Buddha called themselves 8 brothers. Really, brothers, 8 brothers. So 8 brothers are the healer. Buddha said 7 of them, including myself, we are actually healer. We heal your emotions. We heal your mental struggle, through our Buddha Dharma. Then he also taught the recitations of the mantra. So this is the part. So now we visualize the place of Lapis Lazuli from this human world towards the eastern direction, countlessly traveling to that eastern pure land of Lapis Lazuli. Guru Bekhanje is sitting in the center. His right hand is holding Arura plant, left hand holding 108 medicinal Dharma nectar herbs for the healing purpose. He is blue in color because of the spontaneous lapis lazuli, the precious stone of lapis lazuli, surrounded by other 7 Buddhas and 18 bodhisattvas, including Jambayang, Chanadu, Cherisi, and as well as other 8 special bodhisattvas is the entourage of Guru Bishanje. And the nature of lapis lazuli, all the protector there, Dharma protectors, Chusuns, are the god of wealth, including Zambala, and Namtise, 4 kings, Brahma, Indra, and all the wealth deity. So in the union of all this family, the mandala of Guru Behanje, Bodhisattvas, god of wealth, 4 kings, all the protectors, and all the lamas who have practiced medicine Buddha, to be descending from the Eastern Pure Land to our human world in the mandala here as our support, as a source of our energy, in other words, blessing, to best hold the city and then the innermost energy for our spiritual well-being, as well as for the materials and temporary prosperity and the livelihood. And since we are not enlightened, we may not able to see them, we may not even able to experience it, but imagining as the kind teacher had taught us, including Gautama Buddha. This is what Gautama Buddha, Sakyamuni, has taught us. And just imagining, visualizing will definitely help us to connect with him, because those enlightened Buddhas has the knowledge of knowing everything and seeing everything. With the ability of enlightened mind, they could hear us, they could see us, they can feel us. We call Kemba. They have the tremendous love and care, the Yingji and the love for us. Through their Tsewa, they will definitely look upon us. And as mentioned in the text, actually they are always guiding and watching us. Not only that, just knowing and feeling and caring for us, but they also have the river of the power and the strength to help us. So believing and having confidence in the power of enlightened beings without any hesitance, without any doubt, just imagining, visualizing, inviting, let them descend and merge into our self here and make our offerings, make our requests, and meditate with them and purify all our negative karma. Let's do the visualization and meditation part of the Guru Dekhanze. I don't know if you have the part of the English translation. I'm sorry, Native Foundation is very disorganized. They know this is an English program, yet they don't have any textbook. I apologize behalf of the not proper so-called organizing it properly. So if you are not able to understand, this is what it is. Just visualize Guru Dekhanze and the Pure Land, as I mentioned it here. And Guru Dekhanze is blue in color, right hand holding the Arura plant, left hand holding the Tunze, filled with the medicine, and with compassionately looking at us and descending from the Eastern Pure Land of Lapis Lazuli to the human will. This is the standard. Okay, so just focus, imagine, and invite Guru Dekhanze to be with us. welcoming the Buddha to the world. Daja samaya jang ajang daja samaya je jang ane tampo ajang nasi ane. The next section is we have invited and requested Guru Bekhanze to be with us. In the presence of Guru Bekhanze, now we make offerings. These are the 8 offerings we call normally. So uh, you will see this in the chasham, normally set up with the two water, flower, incense, and so on. So these are the offerings we are going to make it to the Buddha right now. All the offerings. The first water is the drinking water. Second one is to wash the feet of the Buddha as a refreshment. Third one is the offering of flower garland to the Buddha. And fourth one is the incense, it's good smell. And uh, fifth one is the light to the sight, light to the eyes, the candle, butter lamp. And then we have the sixth one is we have uh, the essence, the oil, the massage for the feeling, for the touch. Then 7 1 we have the fruit, the torma. 8 1 is the life instrument. So these are the actually 5 sensory offerings to the eyes, taste, nose, touch, and taste. So these are the offering of 5 sensory. And it's not because Buddha is so greedy that he enjoys it. He's beyond, as I talked about the non-duality, as an enlightened beings, they are not perfect. But we as a follower, we love all these, so-called objects. We want to have good smells. We want to enjoy good taste. We like to hear good things. We want good touch. So what happened? We wanted to see good, beautiful things. Since we have all these weaknesses, in order to overcome our sensory weaknesses, in order to accumulate good karma, experiencing, expressing, and admitting our weaknesses, and we make offerings to those enlightened beings so that we will overcome as well as purify all the negative karma that we have actually accumulated due to those objects. Two. please our sensories, right? So just imagine all the offerings of these things and making offerings to them, especially whatever you like, and through imaginary as well as also in church is making those offerings here. We already have set it up. And it will be followed by not only those five sensory, then we make offerings of all the beauties in the earth, on the, in the world, all the good of eight auspicious signs, seven precious gems, including the mandala sun and the moon mountain and all the beauties and the things that make us go crazy, all the things whatever we like, whatever we just have experiencing, whatever we see, everything, including our emotion and feelings, including ourselves, we make offerings to the Buddha so that we can be free from sufferings and overcome these weaknesses. Mangala. Making offerings of mandrel, that is offering the entire world. So just make a mandal mudra. So now this is bathing of the Buddha, offering baths to the Buddha, mainly to purify our negative karma, like showering sin as a symbol. So we make the two to the Buddha. followed by Hokkien towel as well as the room. If you have the copy of the English book, it's all translated there, the purpose and the benefit of. Praising the qualities of Guru Bishanze and the entourage, mainly being enlightened for us, and yet not entering into nirvana, still living in the pure land as our support in our refuge. Whenever we make our practice and always returning to this samsara as our support and source of our blessing. So to the kind and compassionate Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and protector, we pay homage and we praise your courage and the love that you have.
要不然的钱的那个金钱的嘛，就年过那的多门的弄到身边个，我见人不见那见把别一点往就都见到这也见到多点吧。有点的做这样做也年老啊，当这些都缺把别，我们去见一点我张的总算结婚结我也让神经。我总感觉越走越大，越多越多。
Right, you know. So now the next is recitations. This is the main practice of every practice you do, uh, even for this medicine Buddha sadhana. So the part of the recitation is something that we actually create our energy and then they let the energy flow into us. So um, we already have invited uh, and welcomed Guru Bekhanje and the entourage, made offerings, praises. Now the visualization part. So visualizing this Guru Bekhanje in the space in front of us, uh, so vivid, so clear, yet it's not like physical or existence materials such as a statue, image, or even not even like a human body. It's mentioned in the teachings of visualization. If you visualize those Yidam or the enlightened beings in a form of statue, then it's a contaminated because it's a materials. It can be burned, can be destroyed. And if it's a painting, it's a flat. If it's a solid, then it's a statue of stone, gold, silver, metal. So these are actually normal materials, which is not very pure. This is just an inspiration to inspire us, to give us the idea how those enlightened beings look like. So many of the teachers will actually encourage us, be it Guru Rinpoche, Cherezi, whatever the practice, Tara you do. Always remember, normally we say that, it's very funny. Some people say like, you know what, whenever I meditate Buddha, I think of the Kristapadam Buddha. Whenever I think of Guru Rinpoche, I think of the maybe Takila Guru Rinpoche because it's so giant, so huge. And it doesn't mean that when you think of something literal, it becomes powerful. You know, it's just to help you to have the clear image and the concept of the figure is what it is. So the idea here is to have the clarity and being very vivid, very clear, yet non-materials. Another word in the Dharma, we call it wisdom body. No. So it's Ishigiku. So the wisdom body, yeah. So clear, so powerful, so real, yet it's not a biological human body, nor materials of stone, wood, painting, but this beautiful wisdom body of humanity. And I think that makes sense. And it's also very comfortable for you to actually receive your energy through the wisdom body. Okay. And so that's why the image visualization, and the visualization is so important in the Buddha Dharma, especially in the Tantra teaching. And recently, in one of my studies, it's mentioned positive psychology that image visualization has proven to be the best solution for stress reliever. You could find a lot of different beautiful scenery in YouTube, mainly from the positive psychology to help people distress. So I don't want to waste time by explaining in too details, but one of the therapies, one of the technique is called image visualization. And it's not a Buddhist, it's a modern psychology. You can find the benefit of image visualization. They don't use Buddha or anything, but they use beautiful waterfall, beautiful scenery, garden. So when people have this lot of anxiety, then panic attack, so what they do is let them watch the screen, that beautiful scenery, and or you just close your eyes, visualize the river, if Bhutan, maybe the mountain, the forest, all this you just visualize. And suddenly you just helps to release and relaxes you. So, and again, during my class, I even challenged my professor. I said, did you steal it from the Vajrayana meditation? And he went like, but definitely it's from the eastern part of the world, Asia, and that modern psychology adopted this. So for we as a Dharma follower in Vajrayana practitioner, please engage yourself with the image visualization of enlightened beings, be it Tara, Guru Rinpoche, right? Or good medicine Buddha. Whenever you have this, some people came to me and says, I cannot sleep in the night. And we do have in the details teaching, visualize the Buddha, get up, visualize, get yourself, you're comfortable, move, then you just lie down, imagining that, the Buddha is up there with you or in your heart, right? You sleep with that. And sometimes you have this panic attack right away. If you have the mala, hold your mala and recite some mantra and visualize. I tell you, there are many people has proven panic attack as well as sudden mental disorder. It helps whenever you have that attack comes in. You started reciting, the sudden phobia. It really helps, and it's not only the spiritual power. It has to do with our neurons somewhere. It sends a very positive energies, and of course, there's a divine energy comes in, and it's a collective of all those things that complements our well-being. Okay, so now here we are going to visualize Guru Vishamdev and recite his mantra, and mantra goes Om Bekhanze, Bekhanze Maha Bekhanze, Raja Samagati. So ha, if you have not received audio transmission, this serves as an audio transmission. So as we call long. So Shada Tha, meaning one that went beyond, the human world as enlightened being. Om, that not only you went beyond this world, but you have the energy and the power that to heal the universe. Bekhanze, healer of our physical syndrome and the diseases. Second Bekhanze is to heal our mental disorder, heal our body, heal our mind. The third Maha Bekhanze is you are actually a great healer, because not only heal my body and mind, but also remove my obstacles of harm, spirit harms, all these difficulties and obstacles to be removed and separate us from the harm doers. Lastly, Raja, you are the king of the healer. Because if I practice and make my admit and practice, make my purifications, and if I practice your recitations, and if I practice you with the bodhicitta, with the loving kindness, with the purpose of spiritual development, you will definitely help you to be enlightened as well as remove all my negative karma. So 3 purposes, right? 4 actually. Bekhanze, heal my body. body healer. Bekhanze, mind healer. What is the third one? Maha Bekhanze, a great healer that could heal and clear all my pache as well as gun and harm doer spirits. Fourth, the Raja, even my leather, all the pache, the negative karma and the stains to be removed. So but not only myself. Raja, what is the next word? Samwangati. All of us, you have to help and you have the power to help the entire universe, the sentient beings. Swaha means please dissolve into us that your divine power, enlightened body, enlightened speech, enlightened mind. To my unenlightened mind, body, contaminated ordinary mind, body, and the speech, to be transformed into your enlightened nature. Swaha or Swaham, meaning merging it, dissolving it, becoming one with it. This is the meaning of the mantra. Contemplating the mantra, visualizing the Guru Beshanze in the space in front of us. So appealing and having great confidence, recite the mantra. So request Guru Bekhanze, heal all of us, heal the universe, heal the world, heal the country, heal the city, heal the family, heal myself, heal others. May all the beings in the hell be free. May all the beings on Kritas to be free. May all the animals exhaust their karma. May all the sick beings be healed. May they find the right doctor. May the doctor able to diagnose the right disease. May the nurse give the unconditional care and love without any impartialities. May doctors and the caregiver become kinder towards all the patients. May the medicine don't have any side effect. May the patients have the most economical way of getting treated. May they have the support system if it's a chronic, incurable disease, may they not hang up. So may their karma be exhausted and rebirth into a wonderful, healthy, happier life and continue their spiritual life in the next life. May all our karma to be exhausted. So now there's a blue light from white light from Guru Bekhanze's forehead, shines and dissolves into our forehead. This will help to purify all our negative karma that we have created, accumulated through our wrongdoings of our body, such as stealing, killing, sexual misconduct, are the negative activities of the body. And we receive the image, divine power from Guru Bekhanze, and may our body be enlightened. From the throat of Guru Bekhanze, may the reddened, beautiful red light arises and dissolves into our throat. That purifies all our wrongdoing of our speech, such as speaking harshly, sowing discord between friends, not telling the truth. May all the negative karma that I have created, I admit to it, I regret, I'm ashamed of what I have done. I don't want to live with this guilt. So please purify, and I confess in the presence of Guru Bekhanze and the entourage of the family of Guru Bekhanze. May my speech be blessed with your divine dharma, kind, compassionate speech and the words. From the heart, blue light arises and dissolving into our heart. That removes all our worries, sadness, anxiety, depression, filled with great love and joy and compassion. To the extent you think of other people's sufferings and you forget your own sufferings, or to the extent you forgot your own sufferings and your own well-being, that you become so unconditional, so dedicated, like the enlightened beings. And we also purify all the wrong deeds we had through our mind, such as jealousy, wishing harm on others, as well as having the wrong view. When you say wrong view, most of us, sometimes we become too modern. We don't know about our next life. It's all about just living the life at the moment. And we even don't question where we come from. Sometimes we like to think we are maybe like seasonally pop up like a mushrooms in flowers. Sometimes maybe we think we are created by God, but that is not quite practical. And we can't blame our existence and our parents. We are not created by them because we have a very strong individual characters, that where we don't have any similarity of mental attitude of our parents. And yet we don't want to think of our next life, as well as we don't want to question about our past life. Very barbarian. So we call it nihilist, the nihilist way of thinking. Yet we are so worried about the current conditions of all the fears and anxiety that we are experiencing. So we contradict ourselves. We are full of contradictions, conflicts of emotions, our beliefs. So these are the wrong views that we have. Today, I admit this in the presence of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and seek for the strength and the will to have the wisdom and the power to see the truth through your enlightened lights and the love and compassion from all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. So that energy fills into our entire body, and all the negative things we have will gush out from our 9 openings. We also call 9 doors, such as the pair of eyes, ears, nose, your genital, your anus, you know. So from all the 9 opens, all your diseases will come out in the form of pus in the blood, and your body become completely healed. So that's why called healing meditations. Secondly, it is due to harm doers of spirits, such we call as den. All the harmful spirits also leaves our body in the form of snakes, dog, scorpio, dog, cats, all this yak, goat, and lu. As what we say in Dzongkha. And the vicious animal, they leaves our body and frees us from the spirit harm. So now we are also free from all the spirit harm doers. Now we remain with our negative karma. Let the dip was stain, the residual of negative karma. That comes out in a form of black smoke, ash, and the dust. So completely living in cleansing and purifying our entire system and the sources of all this negative karma. And now we merge one as a Bakanze, Bekanze, Maha, Bekanze, Raja, Samangate, Soaha. Now we become the Soaham, merged with the medicine Buddha, Guru Lakasazuli, perfect body, speech in the mind, full of love and compassion, eventually to be enlightened as we all have this Buddha seed in us, the nature, right? So contemplating on this meaning and visualizing this alternately, and this is the simple guided practice of medicine Buddha. So this will be the end of the session. We will recite a little bit more. After that, we make a dedication. Then we make another offerings before we send the Buddha back to the Pure Land. And Thanksgiving of the Buddha just descending for us. And then we make our perfect dedications. That will be the end of the sessions. Thank you all.
So I was in the
So now make the proper dedication. All the teachings is mentioned. Intention and then the dedication has to be same. Remember the intention of practice, the core purpose. So now this 2 hours of practice, we dedicate for the same purpose. Whatever the good wisdom and the karma that I have gathered here, I dedicate for the benefit of all the sentient beings to be happy, to be free from sufferings, to not encounter unfavorable circumstances, eventually for all of us to be enlightened as a Buddha. For this purpose, I'll make this as many dedications and mm, by all the masters and the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas always stresses on the dedication part. As in the one of the Zanchi Melam is mentioned, Jungle Poyi Chitara Kembala, Kindo Zambo Yang, Kidaki, Yesu Dalochi, Yawa, Dakamchi, Rabdu. As a lay people, we don't know how to make up perfect dedications. If you make dedication, it will be very selfish dedication. So instead of making individual personal dedications, both Buddha said, just follow the way those enlightened beings have made that dedication, such as Jambeyan, Chanabudi, Cherezi. They are very unconditional, they are very generous, and as well as all the enlightened masters, they are always selfless. They are always worrying and care for others' well. This is what bodhicitta is. This is what Chanchusen is. Always worry, concern, and care for others. So today, like a bodhisattva, even though I'm not a real bodhisattva, as a that bodhisattva's follower, we make these dedications the way the perfectly made by all the enlightened beings. So we later will be saying the prayers as well. So first you make this general, powerful dedication for the benefit of all the sentient beings. And if you are going through a little bit of a struggle right now, it's okay to be selfish a little bit, but there's a secret to you. First you prioritize for the benefit of the world. Then secondly says, I really do care for all of you. At the same time, Guru Bekanje, I have a little request. Then you make your request, be it health, prosperity, mental struggle, whatever you have, says, this has really been bothering me. Please give me the strength and the power to overcome this. I really hope that I can overcome this sadness, sufferings, worries, concerns, whatever you're going through. Hope this is helpful, and this is what it is.
Yizhen Tosu Shi Sana Yizhe Le Jung Wen Taba Gonyi Tombra Shu Loge Gyawa Jenyi Yapa Jena Jeju Deje Jaba Da Sambo Shi Shi Jeje Sada Yini Genja Sambo Ri Ju Ji Vijamben Bovi Chidara Kempa Dan Gendo Sambo Deya De Deda Gengi Juso Dada Gyawa Deda Tamje Rabdo Adesai Shi Gyawa Tamje Kimo Pama Chudo Ngapa Deda Gengi Sawa Digi Sambo Deje Abdullah Veganto Gebe Gyawa Tamje Du Niri Gem Dondo Bajeda Dentro Jeje Bebe Gao Priyavas Dhamma Yendama Zendo Shila Java Sado Yembo Yedendo Sentry Semi Krinango Go Seven Picture Hadi Yemba Dhamma Jonya Meba Ajay Jede Benjo Member Tamje Jamje Sache Unju Digi Yawa Sanaja Dhamma Yedam Gandro Summa So Zedin Nanga Vede Dhamma Jonima Yesu Just Kochina Sama Dish Indige Jodi Jodi Zenam Jejam Unje Debe Zola Danye Jendata Bige Yevara Doja Chinje Dede Doje Da Yeda Zonam Jazo Yeda Yeda Ye Zenam Yenye Beda Wandene Sumda Lam Ne Jehu Yezo Mali Doye Julang Dona Lam Ne Darbe Zaki Sanje Sije Dala Gonzo Zeda Ye Zambe Bela Rapsa De Yewa Gondo Zanda De Zeda Baba Jabe Yanji Ilvata Dalo Jodin De Jo Lama Rinjena Namga Jindo Gonla Jabra Janyinda Jindo Gonla Zeo Riwa Jindo Tanto Tempora Jotimbe Jema Yede Rimbo Jendo De Timzan Lobzo Jejo Timbe Nyembo Sangwa Jumbe De Tamse De Jezo Tati Jo Timbe Jinda Jejo Jehu Chapse Jeje De La Meba Jo Timbe Jamde Yere Demba Ya Dote Rabe Zeda Dem Timbe Suje Jimda Jote Namo Je De Je Nye Se Pe Pa Jote La Debe Yang Pe Je Kham Je De 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 Je Ba Je Jo Lam La Ne Be Ne Jo Ta Nye Jang Tam Se Be Jam Sam Ba Jo Ba Jo Ta La Ta Nye Ne Je Jo Jo Ba Je Se Jo Jo Na La Me De Be Ba Je Je Sa Je Se Chen Bo To Bo Jo Ba Jo Ba Den De De Je Je Ba Da Jom Ba Yang Da Ba To Be Kongo Yinpa To Menpa La Cha Ya Se Chi To Jab Se Jo Jin Je Lam Pa Ya Se Do Re Se Mo Sa San Je Na Pa Yi Ya Da Yi Su Jin Wa Do Je Jin Pa Da Do Ya Se Pa Do Je Do Nam Da San Je Ya Se Pa de ge mo zong do me ba ji ji je ye ji ga da ji ya de ne zen be ju ma da ge wa ji ge ba ma je de ro ye ne lo de je do jo wa de je na da je me la da ba di cho jo san je jiang zhen dong je ye do ba yin ye lam do zhe de ya da de za je ong bu da ne ai ju du ye wa se ji gong zu ye do la je ye zhang ye da ye de zo ye za hong jiu sum lai jie ba ye bi jie den ba ye jiu hai ji ye wa zhen jie gu da do ge san jie do jiu jie jian za dang jie jie de ye de da ye jiu la ye jiu hai ji liên nhẹ đa nhẹ do do thế chế đế tên na do và bế chế đế za jo lê jo và ye nam chế chế bế jo ma ta đế wa chế do chế jo và chế chế đế bế bế ha chế đa đế lê đế đế la za ye cho 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 dong de ye je la do tu be je wa je jo nam ga ren je ma be je dong go zo wo yo je ma zhō zhō zhen jie ma le ba cham jie den de za lai jie 人说小姐点点姐姐版本咱们这边见过那姐姐，见到那个准备在网上生意没地域，连咱们姐姐点空空就完嘛，就姐姐的那些没准备在点姐姐姐姐那的生对，所中那些动啊姐姐嘛姐姐把个就完嘛，就姐姐的新结婚那做吧，那那些没上所以家姐妹那些把那大辈的。那些我那年吧嘛，就今年别给的，总看见表达那个也做送家追究的，现在是年了说，这完嘛就这。ma le chu ji be chu xie zhu be du nie ji nie ma ma le ji ji dang dong de jiu ne zhe le ne be de ge de ma zhu la ma wo jiu sung ji tu ji na kan zhu chi jiu sung be du le zhi lu wa me be de da yu ma lam ji da la da ba zhu jiu ji ma ma lam ne du ji da ji da ye zhe la nam da zhu bu la zhu wa zang ji bu su ni be ji la da ji ni be jiu de be ji la da ji de be jiu de be ji ye da la ma wa me la nam da zhu ba zhu ye da ma ye da zhe ba wa ye da de de da da ba da ye wa de de ye zhe ye wa ba de ma sha ma na ya zu zu wa zo la la ba na na ji zhe ba xie zhong ye da na so na ji zheng ji zhong啊，中心我就弄个太阳就得做到金家最正。
is the Tashi part, everything to be auspicious. Now the final.
满地有多的三千人那就有点多啊，几家八的，论也说了也不了就爱给了的，只说到这点到做干到那个是着，你应该要看到最着我这个这些的我们这个都是男女就那不贵这些这样嘛，这就送给那些。你看这边有多一点的，这些也不。Rồi cho anh để giờ bỏ để cho toàn đó để làm một cái cho xong chuyện cho chị cho để bỏ để không cho chuyện bỏ tiền bỏ như chuyện đó sẽ qua mà đã để sẽ bỏ lỡ chuyện đó để như để cho chị cho cho xem cho vai trên và nó cho chị kia ba nhờ ba nhờ ba đến đâu đến số vấn đề là đó đồ ba chế ba ya cái xong chế đem ba đã sang chế đã cho xem ba thăm chế là rồi nhớ yếu số về hoa ta chế ba đã chế chế năm ba đã chế xong chế về đồ chế đã làm ba để chế đồ đồ ba để cho những gì.
Also, Kadinchen. So this is the evening session. I'm sure that, sorry for uh, dragging you here for that. It's must be a long day after those who are work has been in office. Yet, is a very rewarding. Is a Sagatawa, is a Bunjutawa, and only objective of Never Foundation is to educate, to make things properly. I always joke with people. Many of us do right thing wrongly. We want to do the right thing, but we do it wrong, right? And at the same time, there are many right people sitting in the wrong place, and the wrong people sitting in the right place is what we struggle. So, of course, because of the government, we have to have the foundation, and we don't do any fundraising. Yeah? And it's just the admin part of the foundation. And then yet we have the pressure of doing the social work with Home Minister, Home Ministry, I mean. So my contributions towards this awesome is to educate Buddha Dharma a little bit and do the right thing rightly. So it's that's why even during the daytime, it's a bit unusual that I try to educate all our participants in Dzongkha, Tsangla. In the evening, you have extra program that if you are keen to practice, so you can come. Sometimes you are not very comfortable, all this Dharma teaching in Dzongkha, so we just give you a small platform where we can share our knowledge. And yet it's very tiring for the members as well as all the participants. And yet I want to thank you all for contributing towards this activity and rejoice.